Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Saturday, February 6, 2021. Deutsche Welle report. Nord Stream 2, construction resumes in Danish waters. Russia's vessel Fortuna has resumed laying pipes for the Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline in Danish waters, the project consortium said on Saturday. The pipe-laying vessel had suspended construction of the almost completed pipeline between Russia and Germany due to U.S. sanctions. The controversial project will double the amount of Russian natural gas export to Germany through the Baltic Sea pipeline. Some European countries have also criticized the pipeline, as the EU considers imposing sanctions on Russia over the imprisonment of opposition figure Alexei Navalny.
Al Jazeera report. How will Ecuador's elections affect the future of the Amazon? Quito, Ecuador. Environmentalists and indigenous communities in Ecuador are concerned about the fate of the Amazon rainforest ahead of Sunday's presidential elections, as the two leading candidates' environmental plans received moderate to poor rankings from advocates. Illegal logging, oil spills and large-scale mining projects have threatened both the rainforest, often called the lungs of the planet, and local indigenous communities during the COVID-19 pandemic, which has spurred an economic crisis across the country.
CNN report. Kroger to pay workers $100 if they get the COVID-19 vaccine. Kroger has joined a growing list of large U.S. grocery store chains offering incentives for workers to get the COVID-19 vaccine. The company announced that its associates would get a one-time $100 payment if they show proof that they've received the full manufacturer-recommended doses of a COVID-19 vaccine. Workers that can't get the vaccine for health or religious reasons can get the payment if they take an educational health and safety course, the company said in a news release.
Fox report. Mexican drug traffickers accused of trying to smuggle 2 tons of narcotics into U.S. 2 Mexican drug traffickers have been caught trying to smuggle more than 2 tons of methamphetamine and 100,000 fentanyl pills into the United States, prosecutors said Friday. The seized drugs had a street value of more than $90 million, said Special Agent in Charge Ray Donovan, who heads the DEA's New York division. Jose Gastelum-Torres and Alejandro Gastelum-Vega were arrested in Sinaloa, Mexico on Jan.
Fox report. California financier agrees to plead guilty in college admissions scandal. A former senior executive at private equity firm TPG Capital has agreed to plead guilty over his alleged involvement in the college admissions scandal. The U.S. Department of Justice announced that 57-year-old William E. McGlashan Jr. would plead guilty to 1 count of wire fraud and honest services wire fraud, the DOJ said in a press release. McGlashan will admit to scheming to defraud Standardized Test Company ACT, Inc.
BBC report. Village submerged by red water after flood hits batik factory. The crimson dye was released through the street of Jenggit in central Java on Saturday. The area, south of the city of Pekalongan, is famed for its traditional wax and dye batik textiles. Thousands of social media users shared images of the colored water washing through the village. A local relief official confirmed they were genuine. The red flood is due to the batik dye, which has been hit by the flood, Dimas Arguyuda told Reuters news agency.
BBC report. Li Wenlang, Wuhan whistleblower, remembered 1 year on. Thousands paid tribute to Li Wenlang ahead of the first anniversary of his death on the 7th of February 2020. He died after contracting COVID-19 while treating patients in Wuhan. Dr. Li had tried to warn fellow medics of a disease that looked like SARS, another deadly coronavirus. But he was told by police to stop making false comments and was investigated for spreading rumors. Dr. Li was an eye doctor at a hospital in Wuhan, the central Chinese city where the first case of the coronavirus was detected at the end of 2019.
Deutsche Welle report. Biden says, erratic, Trump should be excluded from Intel briefings. Joe Biden said on Friday that Donald Trump shouldn't have access to classified intelligence briefings, due to his erratic behavior, and the concern that he might share classified information. I just think that there is no need for him to have the intelligence briefings, Biden said in an interview with CBS News. What value is giving him an intelligence briefing? What impact does he have at all, other than the fact he might slip and say something?
BBC report. Indonesia tigers, zookeeper killed after endangered animals escape. The female tigers, both aged about 18 months, escaped the Cinque Zoo after a landslide caused by days of torrential rain damaged their enclosure. On Saturday, one of the animals was captured after it was hit with a tranquilizer dart. But the other tiger was shot dead after it behaved aggressively and attempts to tranquilize it failed. The 47-year-old zookeeper was found dead close to the taiga's enclosure after the animals escaped late on Friday.
Deutsche Welle report. Champions League, RB Leipzig vs Liverpool to be played at Tottenham or Budapest. RB Leipzig CEO Oliver Mintzlaff has confirmed that the club will announce on Monday the venue for their Champions League last 16 game against Liverpool. The options are either the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London or Budapest's Puskás Arena or the much smaller Ferencváros Stadium, also situated in the Hungarian capital. Leipzig discovered on Thursday evening via Germany's Interior Ministry that the English club cannot enter Germany because of coronavirus mutations in the UK. The coronavirus protection order agreed by the federal government last Friday envisions only a few exceptions and no special arrangements for professional athletes, the German Interior Ministry said in a statement.
Al Jazeera report. Abdul Hamid Dbeibah, who is Libya's new prime minister. Abdul Hamid Dbeibah, a businessman turned politician, has been chosen as Libya's new interim prime minister following lengthy United Nations-sponsored talks aimed at ending a decade of conflict in the North African country. Dbeibah, along with a three-member presidential council, will have the crucial and difficult task of preparing the ground for fair and transparent national elections in December, as well as ensuring the safe participation of Libyans in the electoral process.
CNN report. Man spends 7 days stranded after his GPS directed him to an unplowed mountain pass. A man who became stranded during heavy snow in the backcountry of California's Sierra Nevada mountains for a week after following the directions on his GPS was rescued alive after surviving on a small supply of food and melted snow. Harland Earls, 29, was traveling from Grass Valley to Truckee for a birthday party on January 24, a drive that would typically take less than 2 hours, when a heavy snowstorm shut down Interstate 80.
Fox report. Tampa Bay Police Union says officers risk contracting COVID-19 as NFL mayor go forth with Super Bowl events. Officers within a Tampa police union feel kicked in the face after the city designated all of its police units to man official NFL game day events to celebrate Super Bowl 55 despite serious health concerns regarding the coronavirus pandemic. Tampa Police Benevolent Association (PBA) President Darla Portman told Fox News in an interview Saturday that officers were expecting some form of Super Bowl celebrations, but certainly not at the scale of events slated to take place on Sunday, as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Al Jazeera report. Faki re-elected head of O Commission at summit focused on COVID. Moussa Faki Mahamat has won a second term as the head of the African Union's executive body at the opening of a 2-day virtual summit expected to focus on the continent's pandemic response. The former Chadian prime minister, who ran unopposed, received support from 51 of 55 member states in Saturday's secret ballot, officials said. Deeply humbled by the overwhelming and historic vote of confidence, Faki tweeted.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.